Hello, so you want to start a YouTube channel, but then again you become scared, you become worried that who's going to watch your video. Oh, you might be stuck on 0 views for months or even years, and then you might become embarrassed and then quit, publishing and all of that. Well, that's a valid fear, but then again there's the other side to it. Most YouTubers you see today doing so well actually started from 0 views, and many of them even went that way for a very long time until they became popular, until they were able to find their voice, they were able to find their style and what really works for them. So it's not a strange place to be. This is something that usually happens. I would like to also add that YouTube is a platform that forgives. YouTube can allow you practice, build, try again until you become perfect at it. I tell you something, that even the very lovely videos we get to see, put out there, that we celebrate the lighting, the way the camera looks, the background, the studio and all of that, the confidence of, the YouTuber speaking, all of that, you really need to understand what happens behind this scene, and if you understand what really goes on behind scene, or how many times they've had to shoot before that perfect video comes out, maybe you will learn to be patient with yourself. Maybe you will learn to be, more graceful with yourself. Now let's talk about confidence. Where does this confidence come from? Confidence can only come from taking action. Practice, and practice again until you become good. That's how we learn to do literally everything that we've learned to do today. We're never really good at anything, but then again we keep doing it every day, and then it becomes a lifestyle, it becomes a norm. You don't even celebrate it anymore. That's the same thing that happens when you start a YouTube channel. You begin to practice, you fail, you practice, you fail, you get better, and then you build on what works, and that's the way it really goes. You don't have to wait to be perfect. You don't have to wait for some big confidence, and all of that, or have the perfect year, to be able to start YouTube channel. I started that YouTube channel, with like nothing, and I would even tell you, this is like my second video, and there are times when I had this imposter syndrome, like, oh, is this really where I should be? Is this really what I want to do? But then again, I sat in front of the camera anyway and did it. Another thing that comes to mind is the fear of being judged, the fear of being, trolled, the fear of being laughed at, or, you're worried that people are going to see your videos and then they may not like your videos. People are going to see your videos, may leave mean comments. People might look at your videos and wonder, what is this person actually doing? Is this person okay? And all of that, but I would say that there are people who really would be able to relate with your videos eventually. Those are your people. The ones who look at your videos and are not happy with your video. It's okay. It's time to get comfortable, with people looking at your videos and not liking what they see. That's absolutely fine. That's how the world spins anyway. Now let's get practical. I'm going to talk about how you can start creating your videos. First of all, you want to be able to have an idea, and that's where it's a bit tricky for even old YouTubers. Sometimes you keep wondering, what do I want to talk about? What do I feel like I have in-depth knowledge to be able to share? It doesn't have to be that in depth. You don't have to know so much to be able to start a YouTube channel. You just need to be able to do proper research, study, look at videos online, there are lots of people doing what you admire, what you feel like you want to do. Look at their videos, take down notes, and then you can also explore ChatGPT. ChatGPT is your friend after Google. ChatGPT makes your work easier. You can put in some questions, you can refer to some video that you fancy, and then it will help you generate like a script that you can use, and then you tweak this script to make it personal, to make it sound like you can add your stories and your feel to it, and then you come online and share. It's important, this one. Comb your hair, show up smart. Now, I'm not trying to say that you have to do some heavy makeup or pay particular attention to what you look like, and all of that, but just come up looking the way you would feel happy, about when you see yourself, when you watch your recording, and you look at what you've done, you wouldn't feel, cringe, or you wouldn't feel unhappy with the with the way you look on your video. That's all I'm saying. So just try to do a little touch up and you're good to go. Another important thing is to put your personality into it. If you're quiet, work with that. If you're the type that likes to, talk, laugh, whatever you like to do do all of that. That will help you get more confidence. That will help you get more comfortable in front of the camera. When you have challenge, just like in any typical presentation, is where you're trying to be something that you're not, when you're trying to, adapt to another character altogether. Being able to let your personality take charge, also makes it quite easy for you to, record your videos and do your sessions perfectly. Now, after you're recording, the next thing you want to do is to edit your videos, and CapCut is a very good one for you to use. It is absolutely free, and then you can trim your videos. You can take off those awkward silences. You're going to have lots of them anyway. So it's one app that really comes in handy when it comes to editing your videos. And if you look at the lighting, you don't like, maybe it's too dark, or you feel, there's some kind of lighting you're not comfortable with, you can always work on all of that using CapCut. Now, once you're done with your editing, it's important that you identify tags that are relevant to your video. Don't fall into the trap of people who just pick tags, from everywhere. Oh, SEO, and so you just begin to pick things that are not really relevant to your video. That might not be in your workout in your favor. So you want to pick tags that portray what your video is all about, and keep it short, keep it simple. This one is really important that I mention. Don't publish your video and then, every second you're checking, oh, have I gotten any views? Enjoy the process. When you put out a video, you can, send that to your other platforms and leave it for people to, join organically, watch your videos organically. You don't want to over-influence what you're doing. That's alone makes it tedious for you. It makes the journey tedious. So I would advise that when you put out your video, relax and then work on your next video. Channel your energy to your next video to make your next video better. That should be your goal. That should be your goal, really. Now, on a final note for this particular video, I would say that YouTube is a platform for you to grow, and YouTube is a platform for you to help others grow. That alone is something that should give you some form of fulfillment. Even if it's one person, you are a winner. If you're able to affect somebody positively, if somebody's able to watch your video and learn something from your video, you are an absolute success. If somebody watches your video and they are inspired, if somebody watches your video and they learn something, they become better at something, that's success. That's what life is all about anyway. So I would like to say thank you for watching this channel. You can also check out my other videos, and subscribe, because I'll be putting up more content, not just about YouTube, but literally about self development, improving yourself, learning new tools, what you can do to build a career, and make yourself a better life. Cheers.